What? "1077 The Bone and Skinnerd with Freebird." I'm Nikki Blakk, and the Skinnerd ZZ Top Sharp Dress Simple Man Tour is going to be hitting the Toyota Pavilion in Concord on September 19th. And just FYI, today is the last day for that Live Nation summer sale where you can get 4 tickets for $80 all in pricing. So do not waste any more time on that one if you were waiting around for it. I also just realized that the Outlaws are opening up that show. And you know how the opening band at those shows only gets to play like 20 or 30 minutes? Which is basically the entirety of Green Grass and High Tides. Do the Outlaws get to play 2 songs? I'm just curious. Hey, Kev. Oh, I have, I don't know how I'm doing yet. It turns out that my friend that I stay with at Comic-Con tested positive for COVID today. He told me today at like noon. And I was like, I got to be on the air in 2 hours. So luckily, I still have some COVID tests at home. And I took one. I tested negative. But now that I know I've been exposed, I'm like, hey, Dan, now that I'm like, okay, well, I don't know, COVID or allergies, right? COVID or exhaustion, right? COVID or perimenopause, right? Like this is like the symptoms are all the same across the board. Oh, do I have like kind of a weird headache? Yeah. Oh, do I have kind of like a little sinus thing and a cough going on with like a sore throat? Yeah. Am I really, really tired? Well, yeah, but that's any given Tuesday for me. Like I kind of always feel like this. So now I'm extra paranoid about it, right? Did I ever get vaccinated? Oh yeah, I got vaxxed and boosted. Yeah, that whole you still have some tests? I still have tests. Yeah. And it's a good thing too that I stocked up because I had some kind of virus at some point that I thought was COVID. I was convinced it was COVID. Like I only get sick now. Like ever since I started using the neti pot every day, I only get sick like a few times a year. And every time I get sick, I'm like, must be COVID, but it's not. Like I haven't actually had, only had COVID once, and that was December of 21 so far. Knock wood. We'll see. I don't know. I do have this like feeling like my nose is running in a weird way. But we'll see. Yeah. I got vaxxed and boosted in 21 as soon as they had the vaccine, you know. Because I wasn't fucking around. Plus, I was working in concerts at the time. So I really needed this whole people to gather in large amounts of people to gather in small areas thing to really happen so I could get back to work. Plus, when I was out on tour with Jackson Browne, we were hyper careful about COVID. And it was funny. The day I got the gig for Jackson Browne, it was like the whole thing happened really fast because I was filling in for somebody. And and I almost said no to the job. I was like, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can back out on a bunch of shows at the Fillmore and then just go on tour, for the first time ever. Fortunately, my friend Jason, who I was filling in for with Jackson, was like, yeah, you can. And you're totally the person. You have to do this because they're going to love you and you're going to love them. And he was so right. So he goes, okay, great. You need to leave on Wednesday. And this was like Sunday. And I'm like, I need to pack up my entire life to be gone for a month in 3 days. And he's like, yeah, and you've got to go get COVID tested. So I went and got like a same day PCR test, right? PCR was the good one. Oh, now I can't remember. Oh my God, it's been so long. I haven't had to care. I got the test that was like the the one that usually takes 2-3 days, but they had a same day version of it and they paid like a couple $100 to get me like super tested, and it came back positive. And I was like, oh my God, I just blew up my life and gave away a month's worth of work for a job I'm not going to be able to go do now because I have COVID. Are you shitting me right now? But fortunately, first off, the Jackson Brown people were amazing. They were like, no, you are our person. We have decided that you're going to be doing this job. And if we have to fill in for you while you're filling in for him for a few days for this to happen, it's going to happen. So kudos to them for that. That made me feel really good. And then they were like, you know, if you do have it, we're going to get you on Paxlovid right away, but let's make sure you have it. So I went back and I did a second test and that one came back negative. And then they had me wait until the next day. And then I went and did a third test. I mean, they spent like $1,000 just fucking testing me after that positive popped accidentally. And it turned out I didn't have it. It was like a false positive. I was like, they should give you your money back. But they were like, no, we're just happy you don't have COVID. Please come join us on tour. So yeah. Plain t-shirt? Yes, plain t-shirt. There is nothing on this shirt. I got it at Costco. It's actually like a sleepy shirt, but I was wearing these pants, these stripy pants. So I was like, oh, I'll wear a white shirt today. I have a white bra. I can wear a white shirt. Why not? Right? Every once in a while, change things. Hey, Kelly. So yeah, yes, very excited about King Diamond. Grandma's coming to Thanksgiving this year because it's basically Thanksgiving when they're playing. Hey, Eddie, what am I gonna sing later? I don't karaoke. That's not a thing. My go-to karaoke tune is The Bar. I go to the bar when someone says, "Hey, do you want to sing karaoke?" Hey, Tommy. Hey, Gary, what's going on? Melissa, what's happening? Hey, you guys. Yeah, so what's happening is I was definitely exposed to COVID this weekend at Comic-Con. The question is, do I have COVID or is it just allergies, exhaustion, or, you know, being a woman of a certain age? Park Fire is at 385,000 acres and 14% containment. Yikes. Yeah, fire season is in full swing. I hope everybody has done their yard work. You know, oh, see, my nose is running. See, this is what makes me think maybe I do have the vid. You know, it's entirely possible, but also, it could just be allergies because I was in San Diego where the humidity is higher and the allergens are different. And then I just got home yesterday, so maybe I'm adjusting. Who knows? Hey, Umberto. Hey, did you say you saw that fake profile of mine? By the way, FYI, there's a fake Nikki Blakk profile out there. If you look closely at it, you can see that the name is spelled like it's like the actual name is Nikki.Blakk with an E at the end or some shit like that. But they've basically copied my profile picture. They've copied my top banner picture and they've copied a bunch of my posts, but not all of them. So if you scroll down, but see, here's the thing, right? What they're doing is they're tricking you into seeing what you think is me with my old posts. So it's a little bit scary. And then they're sending people, hey, Gary, I'm glad you're doing good. Oh, you got a show coming up I wanted to go to. What is it? It's Y&T. Can I go to Y&T? But yeah, so keep an eye out there. If you get a friend request from me, that's not me. That's a fake profile. Immediately report it and then block it. Report it as impersonating someone you know. And when it says, who are you impersonating? You tell them Nikki Blakk or Nikki Blakk Official. Because that's the technical name on my Facebook page. If you're on Facebook with me. I know. Hey, what's up, Brian? Yeah, I've reported it. I know somebody else has reported it because I got an email saying one of your friends has reported the profile that they think is you. And it's all, we'll let you know if anything happens. And I'm like, it's not me. I've reported it as it not being me. What the fuck, Facebook? But Chast has been going through this for a while now. There's been a fake Chasta profile out there trying to fish people. And Facebook hasn't done anything about it. So thanks, Gary. Appreciate it. I'm very excited. Everybody keeps going, hey, are you going to Y&T in Petaluma or Redwood City or wherever? And I'm like, can I just go to Berkeley? It's so much closer for me. Plus, they're on the boat with me, and I see them every time on the boat. Hey, John. You were told to test for COVID from the convention just because it's really going around and you don't have it. You got that request. It seemed fishy. Oh, you did get that request? Yeah, it's very fishy. Trust me. My page is public. I do not have a friend page. I only have a public page. My page is public and wide open. You will never need to friend request me. And if you get a friend request from me, it is bullshit because you don't need one. And I don't know how they're getting into people's news feeds. That's the real question for me, is how are they faking my posts and then getting into my friends' news feeds? Like it's weird the way they've kind of cloned my account. I don't know what to say. And because I've reported them, I can't find the account anymore. So yeah. Hey, Marlon. Gargle with whiskey. I have been gargling with salt water. I am a big proponent of salt water. I think the ocean cures everything. The Mark Biederman side band is playing at the El Sabranti Stroll. I don't think I've been compromised. I don't think so. I haven't seen anything unusual on my profile at all. No weird notifications, no weird things that I didn't post. If you look at this here, if you look at the request, oh right, I got a thing from the boss I gotta take care of here. But if you look at the request, you'll see that the name is misspelled, and that's how you can tell it's definitely not me. Oh. I'm trying not to be mean to this person who's texting about, they're like, how come the only Aerosmith song you ever play is Crying? I'm so sick and tired of hearing Crying. And then like in 5 minutes later, it's like, oh my God, I just got in my car and you're playing Love in an Elevator. I'm so sick and tired of hearing the same 4 Aerosmith songs always. And I was like, did you just complain to me that all we ever do is play Crying and then get in your car and hear not Crying and then complain about that? Like, dude, I don't know what to say. You know, we're a radio station. We play music for everybody, not just you. If you want to hear more than like the half a dozen or so Aerosmith songs that we have in rotation, buy the record. Whiskey in a jar. Nikki Blakk cloned. Yeah, Nikki Orphan Black. Ah! What? Hey, Justine. Oh, you know, I tested today and I'll test tomorrow. And I'm just avoiding people in the meantime, which is not hard for me to do because I avoid people for the most part anyway. I thought it said Neil because I need glasses. And so I said, hey, Neil. And then she's like, by the way, it's Nell, not Neil. And I'm like, okay, sorry. I need glasses. Yeah. Kubla Khan. Ha, no. Whiskey's for drinking and water's for fighting over. I mean, why do we have to choose? Why can't we have whiskey and water? Some whiskeys need water. Or frozen water. Do people still phone in requests? They do. They do. But I mean, good luck. You know, we're a corporate owned radio station. Don't get me wrong. We do the best we can to play the biggest variety that we can. And we do. I mean, as the person who sits here and watches every song and like makes sure that everything is like rigidly timed out, I know that we do. In fact, I'm the one who's sick and tired of some fucking songs. You think? You think you're sick and tired of the same fucking songs? Come sit in my life for a minute. But no, the thing is, like, I know for a fact that Shasta will park a bunch of songs for months at a time and then rotate them out and rotate other songs in. And people will still complain because it's not what they wanted to hear when they wanted to hear it. And I'm like, well, buy the record. We're not a fucking jukebox. Go pay a jukebox for $1 a song because we're radio and we're free and we're playing everything that everyone wants to hear to the best of our ability. You need some Sabbath? No more cat scratch fever? Yeah, you know, I think we're all just done with Ted Nugent. But if you miss him, I did see some footage where he's playing at a state fair. I think it's in upstate New York. That just hit the internet. You can see how he's doing. Oh my God. Still complaining. Yeah, I get it. Your variety of bands is cool. Just that it would be really nice if your listeners didn't have to hear the same songs every day. It sounds like you're not hearing the same songs every day and you're still not happy about it. I mean, for real, like, how nice am I supposed to be to people that are not nice to me? You know what I mean? All right, I need to do that thing. Did I tell everybody today's the last day for the Live Nation sale? If you were getting 4 tickets for $80, today is the end of that option. Heads up there. Hi, Ray. Hey, Jimmy. Jimmy, did you come back to tell us what the fuck is up with the Omni? Wait, hold on. 43. Wow, okay. 107.7 The Bone and Bruce with Dancing in the Dark. You know, it's funny how Bruce prefers to be called Bruce more than he prefers to be called the Boss. Apparently, he was not digging that nickname anymore. Or so I got told a while back when we were doing a Bruce promotion. Actually, I think this was back in 2015. They said, don't call him the Boss. What are you going to do? You know what you're going to do? You're going to hang out and do that again. 1077 The Bone and Bruce with Dancing in the Dark. I'm Nikki Blakk, and Bruce prefers to be called Bruce as opposed to the boss these days. From what I heard, it's just a rumor. If you could stick around for 12 minutes, you are going to have your chance at a pair of tickets to the Lamont and Tonelli Ball with Stone Temple Pilots live in Our Lady Peace on August 16th at the Toyota Pavilion in Concord. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com, and they're having a sale through tonight. Tonight is the last day you're going to be able to buy 4 tickets for $80 all in at livenation.com on their summer sale. And in 12 minutes, you'll have a chance to win those tickets on 1077 The Bone. All right. Nope. That's the wrong thing. That's what I wanted. You guys, tomorrow is the last day in July, which I think is insane. Wow, what did I miss? Holy smokes. You're right, Melissa. We have all heard every song like over and over for the last 40 years. But the truth is, nostalgia is strong. I mean, most people really still want to hear the same fucking songs over and over. Like, no matter how many times you ask them, most people still want to hear a fucking Sweet Child of Mine. You know, at one point, I had some kid call and request Wanted Dead or Alive. And I was like, dude, what were you, born in the 90s? This happened like 10, 15 years ago when I was first on afternoon drives. It was like in 2005, 2006 or something like that. And he was like, yeah, how did you know? And I go, because clearly you didn't live in the 80s. Anybody who lived through the 80s never wants to hear that fucking song again. And now, what does everybody want to hear? Wanted Dead or Alive again. No matter how many times we heard the Pantera version. Yeah, State Fair Circuit. The Nuge is, he's the Nuge. He's going to do what he does. I'll be honest, Ted Nugent is getting what he deserves, frankly. He doesn't even deserve as well as the fucking State Fair. I saw that motherfucker like 10, 15 years ago at the Fillmore. He sold like, I don't know, 350 tickets. And all he did was complain about Nancy Pelosi. And it was like nonstop. He even had a song about how much he hated Nancy Pelosi. And I was just like, dude. I mean, I'm all for everyone having their opinion. Absolutely. But if I'd have bought a ticket and he spent more time bitching about Nancy Pelosi than he did playing fucking Stranglehold, then I'm not paying for that. And that's why he doesn't sell tickets. And that's why he's playing state fairs. And the state fairs probably have a no politics clause. He's probably not allowed to say shit. They're probably like, listen, you can come and play the state fair. We'll give you $10,000, but you're just going to play the music and talk to the people nicely. Hey, Roy. They want to move the California State Fair to the end of August. Is there any good time to have the California State Fair at all? I mean, I don't know. No, no, Jimmy, you're just not going to tell me about the Omni. All right. Yeah. Hit me up. I might have COVID, so I might be at home tomorrow. We'll find out. I don't know. We'll see. I was definitely exposed, but I tested negative today, but also my nose keeps running. Bruce. PJ, did you see Brian's here for you? He missed you. I mean, PJ missed. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yep. PJ misses you, Brian, whenever you're not here. Oh, yeah, Gary, you know what's funny? I love the Manfred Mann version more than the Bruce version of Blinded by the Light. Hey, Philip. Hey, Peter. Crazy Train. Wait, did I play Crazy Train? I can't hear because I've got everything turned down. I do remember looking at some Ozzy. When was it, though? I don't know. Or watch the same movies. Yeah. Hey, Rodney. Oh, of course it's hot in Vegas. Ugh. It's going to be 90s here. It's going to be like mid-90s this weekend. It's going to be another hot one. Not Vegas hot, because Vegas is Africa hot now, but Ozzy's Boneyard is the same. Yeah, it is because that's what people want. Basically every Sirius XM channel is the same loop. They have less variety than we do. The truth is, within the individual channels, the difference is they've got hundreds of channels. So they just assume that you want to hear those same few songs over and over on that channel. And if you don't, then you're going to fucking change the channel, and they've got 100 other channels for you to go to. I noticed that with because there's only one Hair Nation, right? Even and I don't know how popular the Hair Nation thing is. See, I told you my nose was running. I don't know how popular 80s rock is, but I think it's more popular now than it has been for the last 20, 30 years. And there's only one Hair Nation still. And if you listen to it for like a day, you're going to hear the same shit. That's just how it is, you know. And then Ozzy's Boneyard is the classic rock. And then Jose's got two different metal channels, right? He's got liquid metal, and then there's one other one, I think. But Jose does all of that, by the way. You know, he's a program director for all those stations, and he's a voice on all those stations. You know, Jose does like 7 jobs at Sirius. So if he ever fails to get back to you, cut the guy some slack. I've seen him work. It's crazy. I went and literally watched him work in New York. We had lunch one time when he was still on the East Coast. And then we went up into the Sirius building and I got a tour. It was a trip. You're going to Reno for Y&T and Skin Lab? Aw. That'll be fun. Tell the Skin Lab folks I said hi. Tell them all I said hey. I love all of the people in all of those bands. Oh, yeah. 350. Yeah, it was like 350 people. The place was empty. I mean, the Fillmore holds like 1,200. This was years ago. The motherfucker couldn't get arrested. And this was way before Trump, way before any of that. He was already just like, you know, he went Rush Limbaugh before he went Trump. I don't even think he's Trump now. I think he's just himself. He's just crazy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why he was never booked at the Fillmore again. He lost money. Nobody wants to book somebody that can't sell half the house. This is my observation from having been there and seen. This is not any official or unofficial or insider information that I have directly from Live Nation or the Fillmore specifically. This is just my opinion based on what I saw. FYI, just so I'm not talking out of turn. October. Oh, October for the state fair. That would be nice. Yeah. I mean, honestly, all these state fairs should just get pushed to the fall. But the problem is they need people to attend during the weekdays or they can't keep those things afloat financially. And to attend during the weekdays, it has to be when school is out. You had Ted at the Independent once and he made fun of Billy Joe. Oh, yeah. Ted's shit is tired, man. If you're gonna be a nutcase on a right wing nutcase, be good at it. Be funny, you know. But they say the left can't meme, the right can't shit. Hang on, I got to do this cue to call, and I don't want you guys to hear it and get confused. So hang on. Okay, where were we? Bet on black. You're funny. If your nose runs and your feet smell. Eddie, what are you talking about? Is that like a nursery rhyme or something? Bet on black. You guys are funny. You remember when CSF would end on Labor Day? You went to one and you rode in the back of an elephant? Aw. Although now we know how cruel that is for those poor animals. Gone are the days when you could ride a camel at Marine World and all that stuff. Yeah, Russell, you are 100% right. When politics are your personality, it's a sad performance if you're supposed to be a musician. I mean, Rage Against the Machine manages to do it, or well, they did. They don't anymore. Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to do both things. It's just, I mean, everybody, I can give you my political opinions on all kinds of things if you want, and then I can rein it back in and I can not give you my political opinions on stuff. So I figure you guys are here to talk about music, and if somebody wants to talk about politics, I can do that without being a dick, I hope. I can't talk about music without being a dick, though. That's the irony, right? I could talk politics and still be nice. I can't talk music and be nice. Can I? I don't know. Hold on. I need a chair. I got all kinds of aches and pains, and it's either COVID or the fact that I was walking on cement for miles and miles for the last 4 days straight. Let me make sure I got that in. Oh, let me finish this thing. Okay. Did I do that yet? Okay, good. There we go. This is muy importante. It has to happen. Otherwise, the music don't play tomorrow. Otherwise, at midnight, there's nothing happening, and it's really bad. Okay. Okay, that looks right. All right, that's not my problem. Ooh, you know what though, you guys? I am starting to get like a headache, like a weird headache. I think I got the vid. I've been trying to catch it for ages, in like a convenient time when I could just stay home and take a nap for like a few days. But now, of course, I'll catch it at the worst time because I have a hair appointment on Friday. And I have to make my hair appointments like months in advance. And if I got COVID, I'll have to cancel it. And then I will have shit hair for months and months because I don't think I can. I mean, I literally like when I made my first hair appointment in the year, I went to my first hair appointment and then I made all the rest of my hair appointments for the rest of the year. Like that's how far out this bitch is booked. She that good. I've been going to her my whole life. Well, not my whole life, but since she got out of beauty school. So that's going to suck. Yeah, Jose is ridiculously talented and a genuine person. That's the harder part, right? There's a lot of talented people out there. Finding a genuine person, that's the needle in the haystack. And Jose is both, so he's a unicorn. Oh my God, PJ, you are not getting paid. You're still stuffed from that poke bowl. That poke bowl looked good, dude. I could definitely use a poke bowl. I gotta hit Costco. I love the Costco poke bowl. I mean, I add shit to it, but still, I love that thing. You just saw Sebastian Bach. There was a crap load of kids there. Oh, at Comic-Con. Yeah, you know what's funny? Did I tell this yesterday, this story? Hang on, let me double check something here. Okay. So I saw Sebastian at Comic-Con, but he was like busy doing signings and stuff. And then, but his wife was standing around talking to a friend, and I was like, "Hey, Suzanne, I don't know if you remember me, but I caught the bouquet at your wedding." And I had just been telling that story to one of the guys that worked for the record label and that I know. And I'm like, "Hey, Oscar, check this out." Random, right? I go, "Sebastian's here." I go, "I caught the bouquet at his wedding." I was like, "Hold on, I got a picture of it. I'll find it." And I found it and I showed it to him. He's like, "You should totally show that to Suzanne." I was like, "Is she here?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "Hey, Suzanne, random, I know, but I caught the bouquet at your wedding." And her look on her face was like, "Oh, that's so sweet." And I was like, "Oh, I'm not crazy. I just happened to catch the bouquet at your wedding." um, yeah, her friend was actually really nice. Her friend was like, "Wait, you caught the actual bouquet at their actual wedding?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah. I went with a friend of mine who was like Sebastian's best man, who knew that I lived in the Bay, and he was like, 'Hey, I'm gonna be in town. What are you doing?' And I was like, 'Nothing.' He's like, 'You want to go to a wedding?' And I was like, 'What? That's weird." The whole thing was fucking weird, you know? So don't look at me like I'm crazy. I think she also forgot that I was in Chips Enough's wedding with her. She and I were bridesmaids when Chips Enough got married on the Monsters of Rock cruise, and she clearly doesn't remember that. She just looked at me like I was Psycho Stalker. And I was like, "Okay, Suzanne, good on you for, whatever." I'm sure she gets accosted by crazy people all the time. Um, there's a Celtic fair. That would be super cool. King Diamond the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. That's not even a weekday because it don't count. Hey, Andrea. Hey, Amy. What's going on, you guys? You lost your kid at a state fair? Mm. You lost a 2-year-old at a state fair? This is why they made leashes for kids, because Gen X did not know how to keep track of kids. The weekend I'm going to Berkeley Y&T, and the weekend PJ is going to San Jose Skin Lab. Oh shit, what weekend is that? I am so busy I've got the Monsters on the Mountain Music Fest coming up, and it seems like it's the same weekend in August that everything is. So I'm out of town from like August 21st to like August 20 something else. 26th or something. Oh yeah, because I remember because it's during the time that our part-timer Tony has off on the calendar, and I was like, "Wait, Tony can't take all those days off. I need one of them." But they got somebody to cover me, so it's going to work out. Chicken strips and fries. Mm. No politics, all music shit. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm a lot meaner when I talk music shit than I am when I talk politics. I'm not going to that Kid Rock, Ted Nugent double bill. I've seen Kid Rock. Kid Rock is a better show than Ted Nugent. Well, at least he used to be. Remember when Kid Rock opened for Metallica at oh, hold on. At the Toyota Pavilion in Concord on August 16th. That's going to be a hell. Yep. It's Collar 9 time. What's my favorite soup? I could tell you a story about onion soup, or I could just say wild mushroom barley. Remind me later if you want the mushroom, if you want the hit and runyon soup story, I'll tell you that one. Yeah, you know what, Melissa? I agree. Part of me is like, I don't want to alienate people, which is why I can reasonably discuss politics. But also, I feel like if I'm being genuine, then I'm going to let you know how I feel. And if how I feel has a political slant to it, we're here. It's me. And if I lose people because of it, that's just something I'm going to have to deal with. I don't think, and I do this on Facebook a lot when I post something that somehow takes a political slant and I'm honest about it. I'm not going to fucking pretend I don't see people posting fucked up, inaccurate shit. I will call them on it 100%. I try not to bring it up, but You know, sometimes it happens. Sometimes other people bring it up and I have to shut it down. Um, my biggest thing is that my degree is in journalism and I love the news, and the inaccuracy is the thing that bugs me the most. You know, accurate reporting doesn't take a side, and that's the side I try to take. Is like, well, here's the story, right? Here's the nuts and bolts. Take it to one side or the other if you got to, but I prefer to try and look at the nuts and bolts in the middle. I have been trying to catch COVID at a convenient time so I could just, take a break, get some things done around the house, take some naps. Oh, I'm so glad, Gary. Yeah, I just started doing this a few weeks ago. It's something I can do while I'm on the air at the same time, as long as I make sure I don't fuck anything up. All right. Are you guys ready for caller 9? Dun, dun, dun. Hi, it's the bone. Your caller 1. Hi, it's the bone. Your caller 2. Hi, it's the bone. Your caller 3. Hi, it's the bone. Your caller 4. Hi, it's the bone. Your caller 5. Hi, it's the bone. Your caller 6. Hi, it's the bone. Your caller 7. Hi, it's the bone. Your caller 8. Hi, it's the bone. Your caller 9. Sorry, dude. I know, so close. Better luck next time, brother. That was a stoner laugh if I ever heard one, right? All right, let's see. Hi, it's the bone. Who's this?
Hi, this is Gus.
Who's this, Gus?
Yes.
How you doing, Gus?
Good, yourself?
Not bad, not bad. I got a question for you, Gus. Have you won anything from the bone in the last 30 days?
I have not, no.
All right. Congratulations, man. You are caller 10.
Right on.
But I am going to need my computer to work a little bit better if I'm going to finish this up. Huh. I've never seen this happen before. What's going on, man? Gus, are you in a hurry?
Not so much.
Oh, good, because there we go. Okay, it finally loaded. Phew. I said loaded. All right, Gus, what's your last name?
Vasquez,
V-A what?
V-A-Z-Q-E-Z.
Oh, Vasquez. Yeah, V-A-Z-Q-U-E-Z. Okay, I got to get some information from you here, Gus. 1 second. Toyota Pavilion in Concord on August 16th. The tickets are going to be emailed to you. So what you need to do is keep an eye on your spam filter. Make sure you get this email that comes from 1077 The Bone. As soon as you see it, open it up and click the link inside to accept the tickets.
Okay.
All right?
Cool, right on. Thank you.
You're all set, Gus. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll see you there. Cheers. Like, first time winner. Yay! Good job, everyone. All right, let's see. You remember the Peppermill? Dude, Peppermill breakfast rocked. I used to be the Bass Tickets field rep, and I would like once every month or two, I had to go up there and like train people or like check in on clients and stuff. And I would always stay at the Peppermill because I could expense it. And the Peppermill had like the best breakfast. Oh, Rod Stewart's a good show. I saw him at Concord Pavilion. He's such a sweetheart. He's a nice guy. In fact, he was flying private, and I was dropping the band off after he got limoed to the airport. And he's standing outside the plane waiting for the rest of the band because it's like a chivalry thing because there are women in the band. And so he waits for everyone. He waits for all the women to board the plane before he gets on the plane. So he like, you know, so he can be there and like, can I help you with your luggage? Even though there's people to carry the luggage, he still like waits for everybody and stuff. He's super cool. Amy, you got a headache? Yeah, right. Girl, tell me this. COVID symptoms, perimenopause symptoms, pretty much the fucking same, right? The migraines, the fucking exhaustion, the allergies and all the shit. Yeah. Chas and I were talking about it today. I was like, well, I'll test. I go, she goes, do you have any symptoms? And I was like, I have symptoms all the time that are like COVID. This could be an any Tuesday, any given Tuesday. I feel like I wake up with COVID. Well, that's what I'm saying, Rodney. I do get paid because they're paid sick days. So I get to stay home and, you know, take a nap. Who wouldn't want to stay home and take a nap? I'm tired like all the time. I always feel like I have COVID, but I never officially have COVID. So I can only sleep when I can sleep. Aw, thanks, Gary. You know what? I'm trying to do the best I can to support the local scene. And I recognize that I am behind right now on the concert calendar and on the playlist for the Metal Zone page. And I need to get on that. Yeah, Amy, Comic-Con San Diego was a blast. Yeah, right? Remember that day? I caught the bouquet. It was super weird. I'm like, so now forever, I'm like that person that caught the bouquet at Sebastian Bach's wedding. Like, they've been married forever now, too. It's been like 10 years or something. You asked him for a photo, and when you tuned in, when you turned in, he had that I'm going to rip your spine out look. I mean, let's see. I have it. I can find it pretty quick. I found it pretty quick this weekend. All right, let's see. Oh, there it is. It's easy to spot when I scroll because, you know, there's a giant wedding dress in it. But yeah, there's me with the bouquet at Sebastian Bach's wedding. Oh, so random, dude. I tried not to catch it too. I was like this and it bounced off of me and landed in my chair. And I was sitting at the very end. So there were no girls next to me, like, because I was trying to be at the edge of the bouquet. You know, everybody goes to the middle because they think she's going to throw it up the middle, but she sliced it. She shanked it over to me and it just bounced on me. And it was funny because her friend actually was like, oh, so did you get married? And I was like, no. I go, but you know what's funny is she's all, did the bouquet do its job? Did you get married? And I was like, well, no, but you know, maybe the bouquet did do its job because I've been happily divorced since they got married and they've been happily married since they got married. So maybe that's the real thing that the bouquet is supposed to do. I don't know. Don't know. Andrew, you're going to Monsters on the Mountain? It's going to be so fun. I am so excited. I've been getting like people telling me they're going like a lot lately. So it's going to be like a huge party. PJ, you want to fill in for me? Yeah, you check with Shasta. Let me know how that goes. Hey, Vernon. tortilla soup. Tortilla soup's like a hit or miss, you know. Some places think they're making a good one and they're not. Hey, Jacob. Yeah, we all want Metallica for the halftime. I mean, Gojira at the fucking Olympics was insane. Chicken tortilla. Chicken tortilla is just not exciting. Don't eat French onion soup at restaurants. You never know what critters are in there. Girl, how is that different than any soup, though? Like, why is French onion soup more likely to have critters than any other soup? I must be way behind on comments right now, huh? And I got to do a commercial, so sit tight, folks. I will be back momentarily. You don't want to hear the commercial, do you? What? Oh, I had another story to tell about Anthony Bourdain. You're right. I did. Okay. So let's see. Oh, thanks, Melissa. I appreciate that. Some of my replies are less thoughtful than others. It depends on whether or not I've been arguing with somebody for a while or whether or not that person has repeatedly been like littering my posts with bullshit for a while. Sometimes I will go 0 to cunt in 2.4 seconds. And then I feel better. I feel bad. I mean, I feel like I feel like I should be able to like resist, but sometimes I'm also like, you know what? Fuck you. Get off my dick. Okay, let's see. Am I missing people I need to say hello to? Hey, Brett. Saw Sebastian at a dive in San Francisco a few years ago. Nobody was there except for Will Carroll. Oh, it wasn't a dive. No, he played at wasn't that the I don't remember now. But I do remember what you're talking about. And Will said it was a really good show, and I didn't make it. I was somewhere else. I should try to go to Riot Fest this year. Where's Riot Fest? They're almost done with their retirement tour. NoFX is not retiring. They're just taking a break. Come on. They like money too much. Oh, Riot Fest with the John Stamos butter sculpture. Yeah. Maybe 1 year, but it is not in the cards right now. I don't know if you know this, but I do not have enough vacation days to just be randomly going to a bunch of festivals. All right, let's see. The Anthony Bourdain story is still on the. I'm just trying to like get through and see if I need to. Thanks, Roy. I appreciate the different opinion comments. You're right. Put Gus on hold. I didn't want to put Gus on hold. I wanted to let him go because I could hardly hear anything. Yes, we got caller 10, PJ. Caller 10 was Gus. First time winner. It was awesome. Creamy potato minestrone, chicken noodle, and clam. That's a lot of shit in one soup. I do like a good creamy potato, though. I had an Italian barley soup. Hey, Chris. That was amazing. It's at this Italian place in Sonoma that's right in the Sonoma Square. Stella Rosa, I think is what it's called. Anybody that's ever in Sonoma, go get that Italian soup in the wintertime that they make there because it's insane. Do I do interviews on that radio station? Yes, Andrea, I do. But mostly they get posted online because we can't really take up the on-air product with a lot of talking because people just tune out and then we're in the shit ratings wise, which financially puts us in the shit. The way tickets are distributed is so different, makes you feel old. Oh, yeah, everything's electronic now, dude. Metallica Summer Olympics 28 in Los Angeles. I'm not mad at that. The pandemic ruined a lot of things, Dan. A lot of things. You tried to take a nap, but you opened Facebook to me. Oh, Amy, I'm not better than a nap. Nothing is better than a nap. I was asking people, we were talking about, oh my God, I was talking to this guy who was with Sergeant Slaughter at Comic-Con. And I don't know how we started talking about cocaine, but we started talking about cocaine. And I looked at the guy and I was like, tell me this though. If I could guarantee you 30 minutes, a 30-minute nap right now, if I was like $50, 30 minutes, guaranteed sleep. And what doesn't matter how I did it, right? Like, I'm not talking I'll knock you out with a punch. I'm saying like, I would hook you up and I would give you that twilight sleep, you know, that they do when you get your colonoscopy. I'm like, I would pay money. I would pay fucking money if I could get that twilight sleep and somebody just put me down for like 30 minutes and then woke me up. And he was like, oh God, yeah. Yeah. I'm like, fuck cocaine. Sleep is my drug of choice. I heard Jennifer Garner was trapped in an elevator, but I didn't hear it at the time. I heard it later. I don't know what Plush is at Vamped. Is that like a cover band? You're going to go see a cover band in Vegas? Cool. That's like a Tuesday in Vegas. Was I there when they announced? I wasn't in the room when they announced it, but I was there. Hey, Charlie. Sebastian is very honest, and kudos to him because he kind of like came at me on Facebook and Twitter, and then he like when I kind of brought up a point, he like let it go. So as far as I know, he's not still mad at me. And at the time, I wasn't like, "Hey, I'm that girl that caught the bouquet at your wedding," either. So, or hey, we were in Chips Enough's wedding together. You were disappointed he didn't play any Skid Row at his wedding, only Kiss covers. Well, he was probably still pretty pissed off at them at that point. He is still pissed off at them now, it sounds like. Menudo is better when you're sick. I'm not a Menudo girl. I like I'm a chilaquiles girl. If I'm sick, that's a good comfort food. I just go across the street and get that shit from the taqueria. Tamales are not junk food. That is correct. Tamales are bomb. What do I think about black wedding dresses? I think to each his own. My wedding dress was silver. FOS is very dark. Other soups, you may not see them. You may see them. Oh, French onion soup. I mean, I feel like all soups can hide a multitude of critters. Really, you know, it's a soup, so that critter has probably like. I mean, unless it's a fucking mouse, like I can't do rodents. All of this talk about food on a Taco Tuesday, legit, right? You don't like soup at all. You just threw it out there. I'm with you on that. I mean, it's too hot right now. I can't even think about soup. Can't even think about hot food, really. I can think about spicy hot food. You heard people have zombie weddings? Yeah. I think now that everybody's already been married once, that, you know, go nuts, do whatever you want to do. Hey, Kev, enjoy your nap. Enjoy your surgery. God, surgical naps. Sounds awesome. Good luck with the surgery tomorrow. Hopefully everything goes well. Hey, Brett. Let's see. How far off am I? Oh, Amy. Yeah, I don't blame you, girl. Take a nap. You deserve it. Can you message me about an interview? Email me. Do not message me. I don't get messages. But I will tell you that I don't have a lot of room for interviews right now, but if I can, I will. Iced coffee. You know what? I normally would do iced coffee. Oh, hey, 420 Floyd, folks. Yay! 420 Floyd is going to be followed by rolling some doobies. Doobie Brothers, that is. All right, sorry, puns. Plush is similar to Evanescence. They opened for Maiden a few times. I haven't seen them. Where is the best place for a cheeseburger? My backyard. Though if you can't cook a good cheeseburger, I don't know what to do with you. I try not to go out for food that I make better at home, you know? Plus, I try not to eat at corporate-owned restaurants, so that takes a lot of shit right out the top. Okay, you can't believe it's not called the Superstar at Carl's Jr.'s anymore. I would not know because Carl's Jr. is garbage corporate food that I won't eat. I had this conversation with my Uber driver last time I was in Vegas, and it turned out the dude like had chef training, and he was like talking about how he loved taking his kids to Jack in the Box for like tacos and dollar burgers and whatever that shit is. And I was like, dude, how many kids you got? And he's like 6. And I'm like, go buy a couple pounds of fucking burger and make food for your kids. Like, I don't know what's wrong with people, man. If you know how to cook a burger, cook the burger. How hard is it to cook a fucking burger compared to like driving across town and going to drive-through to get shitty burgers? Who wouldn't rather have like a burger fresh off the grill or even off the fry pan at home? But anyway, The Warning. Yeah, I'm not mad at The Warning. They're cool. All right, Anthony Bourdain story. I think I'm all caught up on most of that stuff. So I loved Anthony Bourdain more than anything, right? Not more than anything, but like I loved him. I was just flipping through channels, and this was in a simpler time when I had time to flip through channels. I think I might have still been like awake from something. I don't know. And I found No Reservations, and I started watching it because he was wearing a Ramones shirt, and I was like, who is this random dude wearing a Ramones shirt? Ah, Jesus, is this person still trying to win shit? Hi, it's the Bone.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
I was calling about the ticket.
The tickets I gave away a half hour ago?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. If you hear the cue to call, you figure it's only going to take me about a minute before I start answering the phones, because I will wait about a minute for the streaming to catch up, and then I only have to answer 10 calls. So I'm like 1 through 10 and out. So if you haven't gotten through in like 5 minutes, you can hang it up and try again for the next time. And the next one is going to be in the 8 o'clock hour tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye. So anyhow, that's what drew me in as I was flipping channels, and there in this is pre-DVR world, and there was No Reservations, and that dude in a Ramon shirt, and I started watching, and I was like, this guy is amazing. He's fucking badass. He's like somebody I want to hang out with. And so I really wanted to hang out with him. And years go by, and I'm watching the show. I love the show. And I'm not that person that does the celebrity stalking thing. I'm not that person who's like, I got to go get a picture with somebody, or I got to meet somebody, or whatever. I didn't want to just turn up at like a book signing or whatever that was. And I wanted like an organic thing. So I'm on the air. I finally get on Afternoon Drive, and Anthony Bourdain's going to be in San Francisco. And I finally got the time to look into it. Because at that point, I'm like, well, I do Afternoon Drive on 107.7 The Bone. Maybe he wants to talk to me. No, he did not. But I also at the time did not know who or how to get in. Oh, COVID. Runny nose. I didn't know how to get in touch with agents or PR companies that were doing, promotion for stuff like that as well. So I was just kind of like randomly wanting to meet Anthony Bourdain. And I was literally just saying it on the air. I was like, hey, boneheads, Anthony Bourdain is in town. And if you've spotted him, let me know. I need to meet him. I really want to have a conversation with that guy. And so I had listeners helping me out saying, oh, I heard this, I heard that. There was a Twitter account that was following him around San Francisco. And one night, a friend of mine who worked at the station, her roommate had like a friend that was an intern at the restaurant that Anthony Bourdain was going to be eating at that night. And I was like, oh, and I was like, can he get us in? And she goes, well, you can't, there's no more reservations, irony, but it's open seating at the bar and he can get us to the bar. And I was like, okay. So I couldn't go until after I got off work, obvs. So at 7:00, I bolted out the door and I ran to this restaurant. It was called Encantu. And we got there just as he left. Like he left like right before we walked in. We walked in and we sat down at the bar and we ordered drinks. And then she got a hold of her friend that was interning in the kitchen. And he like popped his head out and was like, you just missed him. And he was in the private dining room the whole time anyway. And I was just like, oh, well, I didn't want to accost him on the street anyhow, you know? So, okay, swing and a miss. And so I'm trying again the next day and I'm like following the Twitter account. And I'm like, where's he going to pop up next? How can I be there? This is fun. It was like a scavenger hunt for Anthony Bourdain. And next thing I know, I get a fucking email out of nowhere from some dude who worked at Hangar One, St. George's. Does everybody know St. George's? Hangar One in Alameda, the distillery. So before Hangar One Distillery got to be all like big time and shit, they were small time. And they used to do these great tastings. Now the tastings are like fucking $50, $60 a person or some shit. But back then it was like $20. And you just had to make a reservation. And I would just get a gang of fools together and I would go in there and we would just have a blast. That was like our afternoon activity. You know, we would go, we would do the vodka tasting and, you know, buy some shit and hang out and talk to the people that work there. So while I was talking to one of the guys that worked there, I was telling him that I loved Anthony Bourdain. And I don't know how, but I just started talking about Anthony Bourdain and how great he was and how great his show was and, you know, how I really wanted to meet him, etc. Never even thinking anything else, right? And then at one point, I think I gave him my card because I was like, oh, and I work for the radio station, you know, and I love Hangar One. I think you guys are great. And I love this tasting room action that you guys have going on. You know, if we're ever able to do any kind of promotion, that would be great. I know it's tough because there's a lot of FCC regulations and restrictions for advertising when it comes to alcohol, but I don't know, maybe someday we'll do something together, like Bone on Site or whatever, like anyway, here's my card. Cool talking to you. Thanks. Geez, late. That's the dude that fucking emailed me, right? Oh, hold on. And he goes, Anthony Bourdain is coming to Hangar One. And I was like, oh, stop the presses. 1077 The Bone loves to roll the doobies, especially right after 420 Floyd. I mean, you're going to need one on deck, right? Hey, the Osbournes have officially sort of apologized to Britney Spears after complaining about her dancing on Instagram. I posted it for you. You can decide whether or not it's a real apology. I don't know. There I am, completely losing my shit with this email that says, please don't tell anyone. This is really top secret. I mean, like, I could lose my job, top secret. Anthony Bourdain is going to be shooting here Thursday morning. And I've talked to my bosses. And because I think it was a combination of like me being a radio personality and then also me being like an avid person who went there and brought like a large group of people every time I went for like vodka tasting, and I was like a repeat customer and stuff. And this was before they had any of that. They were just like a tiny little operation. They were like cool with it. And he goes, I talked to my bosses and they're okay with you pretending that you work here that day. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah. So I'll keep you posted. He goes, they're going to shoot around 11. I think they were going to shoot at like 9 o'clock in the morning. And so I had to get there at stupid o'clock. And then after I got there at 9 o'clock in the morning, they pushed the shoot to like 11 o'clock in the morning. So, I'm freaking out, right? Because I'm like, I have to be on the air by 3. I have to be the fuck out of here so that I could be in San Francisco on air by 3. Like, come hell or high water. Like, that's a hard stop, right? And they're like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Next thing you know, and they rented Mustangs, by the way, when they were in San Francisco. So, and they had this ginormous espresso machine there upstairs. So I'm hanging out with the people that own the place. I'm hanging out with the people that work there and drinking espresso. So I'm like, I'm already excited. And now I'm just like levitating, vibrating from all the espresso and the excitement. And then it's a 2-hour delay. So they're like, well, here, you can come help us. And I was like, help you what? And they're like, we're trying to make a foie gras vodka for Anthony when he gets here. And the formula is not coming out right. Come help us mix it. And I was like, what? Are you fucking kidding me right now? I would have come in just for this. So I go into the lab and they're trying to make foie gras flavored vodka. And when you make a flavored vodka for the first time, you make it with grain alcohol. So they're adding these different flavor elements to fucking grain alcohol. And then I take a glass straw and dip it in there and drink it from the grain alcohol. So if you could picture this, I don't eat breakfast. I'm already like levitating from espresso drinks and just pure espresso, by the way. No milk, no latte, no cappuccino, just fucking espresso. And maybe a little sugar. And now I'm drinking grain alcohol. And it's 10 o'clock in the morning on a fucking Thursday. And I have to go to work. And I'm still waiting for him to show up. And like the first one, I was like, this tastes like burnt French fries. And then the next one, I was like, this tastes like popcorn. And then they kept trying them and trying them. So here I am drinking all this grain alcohol in tiny amounts, but it's grain alcohol. And I'm drinking it on an empty stomach with nothing but espresso in my system. And I'm getting buzzed. And finally they get it right. And I'm like, oh my God, this tastes like foie gras vodka. And they called it foidka, which was hilarious. And then the Anthony Bourdain crew shows up. And I'm like, oh my God, I have never been so goddamn nervous in my whole life. This is insane. I'm drunk. I'm buzzing on, like, I'm drunk and I'm tweaked at the same time. I'm like a walking speedball of like nerves and crazy. Hang on. Hi, it's the bone. Oh, hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I got the wrong number. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. No worries, man.
All right, bye.
Cheers. So I'm just crazy person, right? And we had like a plan. Like I had a role to play. They're like, we're going to tell them that you're our special events coordinator. And I was like, do you have a special events coordinator? And they're like, no. And I'm like, do you want one? Because I'll do that job. And they were like, maybe talk to us about it tomorrow. And I was like, okay, cool. So I had like a whole cover story, right? In case anybody asked. And they turned up and they had rented Mustangs. So they all came like peeling into the parking lot in their Mustangs. And it was fucking perfect. I was just sitting in this one room by myself because everybody went out to meet them. And I stayed inside because I was like, what the fuck? I don't know him. I don't know. They don't know who I am. I'll just hang out here. So then everybody comes into the room where I'm at and they're like, hey, this is Nikki. She's our event coordinator. And I was like, hey guys, how's it going? And then next thing you know, they're like, okay, cool. Tony, you chill. We're gonna scout everything real quick and then we'll come for you when we need you. And he's like, all right, cool. And he fucking sits down right in front of me and is like, hey, how you doing? And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. On the inside. And on the outside, I'm like, hey, Tony, right? Yeah, nice to meet you. I'm Nikki. What's going on? And we had like a whole conversation for like 40 minutes while they scouted the location. And I just got to ask him questions and chat with him. And, you know, I was like, how do you deal with the jet lag, dude? All that crazy travel. And he's like, sleep is like a bank. As long as you make deposits, you can make withdrawals. He's like, I try not to ever acclimate to wherever I am. I sleep when I'm tired. I stay awake when I'm not, and it works out great. And I was like, huh, all right. I go, what's a thing that you wouldn't do again, like now that you've done it for the show? And he was like, drink bear bile. And I was like, the fuck? And he goes, yeah. He goes, in certain parts of oh fuck, where was it? Was it the Philippines? Was it shit? I can't remember which nation it was. Might have been Vietnam, someplace Asian Pacific Island, I believe. And he said in this area, it was considered to be a big what's the word I'm looking for? Not a favor, but like a sign of respect. It was a huge show of respect for the owner of the home to acquire bear bile and to share it with the important guests at a party. And they like take the bear bile, which tastes like vomit, because that's what you taste when you vomit, is the bile in your stomach. And for some reason, this is a bear's bile. So he goes, and they put drops of it in your drink, and you drink the drink with the bear bile in it. And he goes, never again. Just never again. And in the back of my head, I'm thinking, didn't you eat like an aardvark's asshole in Africa? And the bear bile is the thing you won't do again. But I think that's when somebody walked in, because I didn't get a chance for that follow-up question. And another thing I asked him was, so what are you drinking now? You know, I go, I love that you don't have a regular drink that you always drink. Oh, speaking of, hold on. Um, 50. What? Okay. COVID. On 107.7 The Bone, it's George Thorogood. One bourbon, one scotch, and one beer. I'm Nikki Blakk, and you're only 9 minutes away from your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Megadeth with Mudvayne at the Toyota Pavilion in Concord. You know, the last chance for your 4 tickets for $80 sale at livenation.com is happening today. If you don't take advantage of that deal, it's over tomorrow, man. Okay, the thing I pulled out to look at with the information on it was the wrong thing with the wrong information on it. Whoops-a-daisy. I needed this one. So I was like, dude, I used to bartend, you know, I'm like back in college, I bartended, and it was mostly dive bars. And I was always that person who was like, never going to have like the regular drink. You know, I never wanted to be that person where they saw me coming and they were like, oh, she's the MGD with the lime in it kind of thing, you know? Oh shit, what just happened? Sorry, one of our computers just like restarted. That's not supposed to happen. Fortunately, I don't need that one right now, but weird. Anyway, I guess it's okay. We're still on the air, right? Okay. And he was like, yeah, totally. And I was like, so what are you drinking these days? What's your drink of choice lately? And he's like, I'm really, really getting into gin martinis. And I was like, well, as a bartender, what you mean is you're getting into martinis, because let's face it, Hanger One vodka aside, martinis are supposed to be made with gin. You know, it's the vodka companies that have been convincing you to make martinis with vodka all this time. And he was like, right? He's like, oh my God, why did we ever move away from gin? And I was like, well, again, don't tell anybody here, but I agree with you completely. We should never have moved away from gin martinis. They're fucking delightful. Gin is a great alcohol. The problem is just that cheap gin has given real gin a bad name. And he's like, fucking absolutely. And, you know, in my head, I'm like, Anthony Bourdain agrees with me. Oh my God. But on the outside, I'm like, yeah, exactly, man. So that was that. And then they came in and to get him. And then they filmed the episode. And I watched them film the episode where he got to try the foie gras vodka. And I think that the hanger one either didn't make the episode or the part where they tried the vodka didn't make. I remember seeing the episode and then thinking that there was some stuff that didn't make the episode that I saw happen. And that was super cool. But it's been a long time. And that's my Anthony Bourdain story. That's the last time I ever really gave a shit about meeting somebody famous. It's one of the only times I've ever really given a shit. I have had the fortune to work backstage in concerts so much that I have met a lot of famous people, and it's been really nice. A lot of them have turned out to be fantastic people. But I never sought them out. Anthony Bourdain is the only one I officially like tried to get and then did. And then it was every fucking bit worth it. And now I'm good. I'm good, man. Everything else is gravy. And then he passed away and it hurt my heart because that dude was the fucking real deal. Also, his producer was cute, but he was not into me, so it didn't matter. All right. Did I miss any comments that anybody needed to answer? Where were we? Where did we leave off? No, PJ, I don't do wake up calls. You got a phone for that, bruh. He was late for the tickets, but early for 420. You're right, Melissa. That's exactly what he was. Hey, Christopher. My vacation was awesome. It was a lot of work. I may or may not have caught COVID if you haven't been around for that. My friend that I stayed with in San Diego, that I've stayed with every Comic-Con, he tested positive for COVID around noon today. And so I took a test to see, but I tested negative. So I don't know. We'll see. But if I got it, I definitely got it from his ass. And because it was funny, because like I didn't do any Comic-Con after dark stuff. So the first night at Comic-Con, my buddy said that he'd never seen Deadpool 2. And I was like, the fuck? I go, I wanted to go see Deadpool 3 tonight. So now we got to go home and watch Deadpool 2. So we went and watched Deadpool 2. So we're sitting there like this on the couch, you know, right next to each other talking about the movie. If he had it then, I definitely got it. Because that was how I got it last time, was talking to Chasta's husband about that, about them playing with Dokken and George Lynch stepping in to see when State Line Empire played Dokken back when we were at this Metallica show. But we'll see. I tested negative today. I have been in very COVID heavy situations before and not caught it. But today everything's feeling very COVID-y all of a sudden. We'll see. You didn't really get to know about Anthony. Yeah, you know, I'm just lucky that one night I happened to be flipping channels and I saw a dude in a Ramon shirt, or I never would have been watching Travel fucking Channel or whatever channel it was on, you know. And I guess I'm lucky DVRs weren't a thing back then, because I wouldn't have been flipping channels. It was a serendipitous fanship. Your mom assumed you had a crush on Britney Spears? Okay. Did I give away Lynch Mob tickets? I don't have Lynch Mob tickets to give away. I have Megadeth tickets to give away in just a few minutes, actually. I'm going to record that cue to call while I'm thinking about it so that I don't forget. It would be terrible if I was like, Megadeth tickets in 9 minutes, and then 9 minutes I don't say shit, and everybody's like, I thought you said Megadeth tickets. Then I'm the asshole. Anywho, yeah, I hella was like, "What's up, man? How you doing?" I was very chill on the outside, which was crazy because, like I said, I've been drinking grain alcohol and espresso for 2 fucking hours while we waited for him to show up because I didn't eat breakfast because we thought the shoot was going to be at 9 and then they pushed the shoot to like 11:30, and I was like, so I was starving and I was buzzed and I was tweaked and it was hilarious. Zinc up. Yeah, I guess now would be the time for those zinky things, huh? I don't think zinc makes a difference with COVID though. I think COVID is just like, right? Because it's a SARS, right? Remember the SARS cure was like 7-Up and Campbell's soup and saltine crackers? It's the same with COVID unless you get serious COVID, you know? But if you just get the basic ass COVID, then it's pretty much drink lots of water. I already take a shit ton of vitamins anyway, so. The bear bile. I know. I did not expect bear bile at all. Yeah, and I can't remember what drink they put it in. I can't remember if it was like bear bile with whiskey or bear bile with warm beer, but it was like it was very unappetizing. I was like, that's basically like pre-mixed vomit. It's basically like you were playing a game of quarters and have already thrown up, but in the other direction. That's the flavor. The flavor is quarters vomit, or nowadays beer pong vomit, because that's what the kids do today. And how is it that they do beer pong instead of quarters when both of them are wholly unsanitary? I mean, you know, there's like a bunch of drunk frat dudes who are holding their dicks and then not washing their hands. And then they're touching those fucking ping pong balls and throwing them in your drink that you have to drink. No, so unsanitary. Hey, Ronnie, sweet dreams, brother. Yeah, Paxlovid has been shown to be very good. I think you missed it earlier, Chuck, when I was talking about how I went to work for Jackson Brown and I accidentally I had a false positive COVID test, and they were in the process of ordering the Paxlovid for me. So I actually never ended up taking it because it turned out to be a false positive. The one time I did get COVID, Paxlovid was new and I didn't need it. So, I mean, I was vaxxed and boosted, and I'm that person that doesn't seem to get these viruses very often. Like, I don't get the flu. I don't get the flu shot and I don't get the flu. I did get vaccinated and boosted. I think I got boosted twice. And then I haven't been boosted since. But also, I've gone to Comic-Con every year. I've been on the Monsters of Rock cruise every year. I go to concerts on the regular, and I still haven't gotten it until, knockwood, probably now. But we'll see. You liked Deadpool 2 better than Deadpool 3? Are you fucking kidding me, Rodney? Shut the fuck up with that. Deadpool 3 is insane just for the amount of shit talk. Period. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to, no spoilers, no Deadpool spoilers. I walked into that movie not knowing anything outside of the birthday party scene that's in the trailer. That's it. I didn't see any other trailers. I didn't look into any other fucking information about it. I walked into the theater with nothing but a fucking bucket of popcorn and a giant seltzer and just had my mind blown. Oh my God. The it was so insane. I don't want to blow it for anybody, but holy shit. Holy shit. If you have not seen Deadpool 3, go see it. So yeah, then we saw Deadpool 2 the next night in the theaters. And then on the third night, we were too tired and achy to go out from all the walking. I mean, it's nonstop walking and standing on concrete. And my friend lives downtown in the gas lamp, like 10 or 12 blocks from the convention center. So it's walking to and from as well. So we were like, I was like, fuck you, I'm not going anywhere. I got to be up early for a flight tomorrow. And he was like, do you want to watch Deadpool 1? And I was like, well, since we watched 2 and 3, why not? So we basically were sitting next to each other watching a Deadpool movie every night of Comic-Con. And if that's not enough to give me COVID from him, then I don't know what is. Lobutubi. I still don't know how to pronounce that, but hi. So I don't think I'll need Paxlovid, honestly. I mean, hopefully, right? Hopefully if I do have it, because I am getting a bit of a headache. Hopefully if I do have it, it won't be it'll be like last time where it's not a serious case and all I need is a little bit of NyQuil. And I probably don't need the NyQuil, but I like the NyQuil. Have I ever had Ouzo? Yes, I love black licorice, so I am super down with the Ouzo. Who's the coolest person I ever rode on an elevator with? I don't know, dude. Elevator rides do not come to mind. There's not a lot of elevators in concerts. So most of the famous people I have been in contact with have not been in elevators. Oh my God, Charlie, seriously, right? They did the best job with everything. I am so blown away with how good Deadpool was. And then I had saw Brian Posehn for like a second at Comic-Con, and then I texted him and then I didn't talk to him again. And then I saw today he posted that he saw Deadpool and how much he loved it and that he's thanked in it. And I don't know what he did, but I want to go ask him when he's like less busy and I could just be like, dude, what did you do on Deadpool? What the fuck? Was he a writer or what? And then in the comments, because I was like one of the first people to comment, but not before Ryan Reynolds commented with Deadpool loves Brian Posehn. And I was like, oh, I mean, clearly Brian Posehn knows a lot of fucking famous people, but that was the shit right there. Oh, it's caller 9 time. Did PJ go take a nap? But yeah, so good. So now I'm wondering if Brian Posehn was a writer, because honestly, a lot of those nerd lines were fucking epic. I mean, there was so much. There was like an Easter egg. It was like a nonstop Easter egg film of one-liners and lines and shit talking and comic references and everything. You know what? I had special running shoes, I suppose. I had the Brooks Ghost shoes all weekend. And honestly, I wish I had brought my my Hoka shoes. Next year I'm bringing the Hokas for Comic-Con on account of I think the Hokas are better than the Brooks Ghost. Even though I had recommendations for both, so I bought both when I started doing the treadmill every day. Yeah. Unless you got a recommendation that's not Brooks or Hoka, let me know. I'm into it. You guys hung out with Mastodon in an elevator at the Anaheim Hilton? Oh man. Did Brian Posehn write Deadpool comics? Shut the front door. I did not know that. Oh my God. How did I not ask him about that? Fuck. I mean, I've interviewed Brian a bunch of times and he's rad. He's super rad. He's the real deal, dude. Every time I've ever texted him, he's like hooked me up with tickets for his shows, for his comedy stuff. And if I don't ask him for tickets, but I show up at the show anyway, like I got the tickets from the promoter or something, he'll be like, you could have called. That's what he said. I bought a ticket post-pandemic. He played at, he was at Cobb's post-pandemic. And it was still like world shutdown shit, you know? And I was like, fuck that. Brian Posehn is at Cobb's. I'm fucking going. And I just drove up and I bought a ticket at the door. And he was like, I would have put you on the list. And I was like, dude, we just got through a pandemic. I didn't even want to ask. And he was like, stop. He's real deal, dude. And he's Bay Area, right? He grew up in Sonoma. He's a huge Death Angel fan. I brought Rob and Gus to his last show at Cobb's, and he was like, "Oh, you brought Death Angel to my show?" And I was like, "I know, dude." It was cool. All right, it's caller time. Hi, it's the bone. Your caller 1. Hi, it's the bone. Your caller 2. Hi, it's the bone. Your caller 3. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 4. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 5. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 6. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 7. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 8. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 9. Sorry, dude. So close.
Hello. Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, bruh. I don't think he was paying attention. He doesn't know what caller he is. He just knows he's not caller 10. I guess it's better that way. Would you rather know you were caller 9? I wouldn't. All right, let's see. And you're just already like coming up with a number between 1 and 10. I didn't even ask, Dan. Maybe I want to pick the number. Well, the beauty of this is that I could tell you that I'm picking caller 6 and you don't even know. You're not going to know which button I push. Might be 6. Might be 2. Might be, I don't know. Let's try. Actually, yeah, it is going to be 2. Sorry. Hi, it's the bone. Who's this? Oh, hello.
Hello. Yes.
Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Max.
Hey, Max, how are you today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Max, have you won anything from the bone in the last 30 days?
No. This is my first time actually call through.
Really? Oh my God.
Yep.
Well, congratulations, dude. You're caller 10.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
Right?
I cannot believe it.
Whoops, wrong thing. Okay, hold on. I need to get some information from you. Max, you got a pair of tickets to see Megadeth at the Concord Pavilion, August 10th. How do you spell your last
Cool.
name?
Sorry, say again.
How do you spell your last name?
It's S for Sam, O, L, O, V for Victor, I, E, V for Victor.
SOLOVI what?
E, V, E, and V for Victor.
Oh, and another V.
Yeah, E for Evelyn and V for Victor.
Ah, that's what I was missing, that E. There we go.
V-I-E-V.
Okay, and what is your email address? Keep an eye on your emails. Check your spam filter because we're going to send you an email here pretty soon where we are going to need you to open that email right away. Click the link inside and accept the tickets. It's called the digital release form. And it's just a formality to say, yes, you are winning these tickets from us. You can only win once every 30 days, etc. And then the tickets will be delivered via Live Nation app or Ticketmaster app.
Super, super duper. Wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. Congratulations, man.
Thank you very much.
Happy to do it. Cheers.
Yeah, looking forward to the show.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Get there early so you don't miss Mudvayne.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Take care, man.
Good evening. Thank you.
Bye, Max. First time winner. Yeah. See? Aren't you glad I did caller 2 instead of caller 6? I'll bet you caller 6 was somebody who's like a total prize pig. I don't know. I just had a feeling about caller 2. Maybe it's the COVID. It's making me psychic. Caller 26. No, caller 10 has to be the winner every time. It's just that caller 10 is the 10th call that I answer. And so basically I answer all the lines and then I just pick one randomly to be 10. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'll just go straight through and I'll just be like, brrr. But as long as it's the 10th caller I answer, we are legit. Hey, Justin, how's it going? Let me guess. You're going to request a song. Is it Alice in Chains Wood? Because I got that coming up. Dang. That's crazy that Brian wrote Deadpool comics. I knew he did comics. I mean, I knew he wrote comics, but he writes a comic that's like his own branded comic. So I didn't know he was writing books for Marvel. Baller. He's such an understated guy, dude. Brian like does not brag at all. Oh, look, Chip's Enough likes my reel. Maybe Chip heard me talking about his wedding. Chip and Kate, they're still married too. They were both on the Monsters of Rock cruise this last time around. Do you keep me humble? I don't know. Am I humble? I don't have anything to brag about. I mean, I have some things to brag about. I'm kind of cool, but nah. Is what it is, you know. I mean, I've met some famous people. Beep Hossein like has him in his phone book. He could probably text Ryan Reynolds right now, you know, but he still was just like, just happy to be fucking part of it. That's rad. I think I had a Bowie thing I was going to talk about. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Ein Minuten bitte. Can I say your name? No, I don't do that. I know some DJs do, but that feels like pandering to me. Plus, if I say your name, then some other dude's going to call up and be like, can you shout me out? And I hate that shit. That shit pisses me off. People call me like, can you shout me out? Can I get a shout out? That used to happen. I guess Joe must have done that before I replaced him. And so when I first started back at the Bone, people would call and be like, hey, can I get a shout out? And I'd be like, no. Why not? Because I don't do that. Why not? Because I don't want to. Because if I do, then you'll call back tomorrow and want to get a shout out. And then you'll call back again 3 days later and want to get a shout out. And then you'll multiply, you know, and then they'll tell two friends and then they'll tell two friends and then they'll tell two friends. No, but like whenever you shout out somebody, everybody that hears that is like, who the fuck is that guy? How come it's not me? And then they start calling. But the wider result of shouting out someone is that everyone else listening is like, who the fuck is that guy? Why do I give a shit? Right? Like if you're stuck in your car right now, this is not you, Justin, because I know you're not commuting. But the vast majority of people that are listening to me right now on the radio are stuck in their fucking cars in shitty traffic after a long ass day at a fucked up office job, right? And they just want to hear the music and they just want to hear, like, you know, the way I look at it is it's my job to be that person in riding shotgun. I'm riding shotgun on your commute, which means I'm not talking your fucking ear off. I'm not telling you about stupid shit. I'm not wasting your time with my day or some fucking guy you don't know who's shouting out, right? That's the other reason I don't play winter calls, right? Like if you're already like in that mood, the last thing you want to hear is how somebody else just won tickets, right? So that's where I sit with that. It's not like I don't think I'm not trying to be mean, and I don't think I'm too good for that. You know, it's not my style. And if I were in the car, it's not what I would want to hear, especially after a long ass fucking day. Do I know about professional cuddling? Yes, I do. Professional cuddling started in San Francisco, didn't it? Is it still a thing? I think the pandemic kind of wrecked it. Why not just get someone to give me a positive message on Cameo? Hey, Chuck, thanks. Why would I want a positive message on Cameo? I don't understand. What am I getting out of it? Positive Cameo messages boomed when Trump took office, or professional cuddling boomed? Well, yeah, professional cuddling probably boomed because a lot of people just needed a fucking hug. Shit was tough, you know? But the pandemic made it awkward to hug strangers again. Yeah, I mean, people don't want to catch COVID, and I think that it was probably already a difficult business to start up because people don't want to hug strangers. But even as it was catching steam, I think that COVID took the steam out of it. And I don't know, is it still a thing? Is there still a professional cuddling place? And if so, do I want professional cuddling? No, I don't want professional cuddling. I'm happy with amateur cuddling. 1 second. .1077 The Bone and David Bowie with Fame. I'm Nikki Blakk, and one of my favorite panels at Comic-Con this weekend was the Anne Rice's interview with the vampire panel, because I have been very vocal about how much I loved those books in the 90s, and then how much I really liked the first movie, really hated the second movie, and then have also had some issues with the TV shows. But they just said that the new season, the third season of Interview with the Vampire on AMC, is going to be from the book The Vampire Lestat. And I saw previews of the guy who's going to be playing the Vampire Lestat, and it looks like it's going to be good, because they're basing his character and the songs that his character sings on David Bowie and T-Rex and Sweet, and, well, you know. All right, I need to hear this one. You read a Rolling Stone article about it featuring a person named Jean-Franz Blau. Okay. Final thought. Your final thought, not mine. You're asking for professional advice. I don't know that this is professional advice. How would a fan, honest human being, make friends with a celebrity / radio DJ? You don't. Because it's a common misconception to think that you make friends. You don't make friends, you become friends. And I think that, see you tomorrow, Chuck. I'll be around 3-ish. Unless, sorry, I'm listening. Ooh. Yeah, see, there's a thing that our computer's been doing where I'm trying to talk over the ramp of the song, and it's not letting me. Anyway, so that's what I was listening for, and it didn't do it. So, yeah, the way you become friends with anyone, famous or not, is organically. And you don't make friendships happen. It's not a play date. You know, making friendships happen is for children who don't know how to become friends with other people. It's called socializing. So, yeah. Thanks, Justine. Yeah, it's I honestly I sat in that panel just watching them talk about Interview with the Vampire and going on and on about how they were staying true to the books, and I was like, the fuck you are. You're not staying true to the books at all, you pieces of shit. You know, I was super pissed. How do I really feel? And then at the very end of the panel, and the whole time, my sister and I both have read all the books. And not only did we read the books and see the movies, I took her when she was like 14 to see the stage play. Okay, that's how deep into this Anne Rice shit I was. I read every fucking book, and then we went to the stage play, The Vampire Lestat, which, by the way, was as awful as it sounds. But still, I went just in case it didn't suck. And then we started watching Interview with the Vampire when they released the series, and I was watching all the like behind the scenes shit, and over they're like, we grew up with these books, and you know, as members of the queer community growing up in the 90s, it was amazing to see something represented that was, you know, blah blah blah. And I was just like, okay, so don't fuck up the books. And then the first season comes out, and what did they do? They fucked up the books. Time shifted the whole damn thing, just like created character motivations that didn't exist, changed everything, like created a whole storyline that didn't exist, you know? Like, basically, I was pissed. So I'm sitting in the back. My sister feels the same way. And so I'm texting her and I'm like, these motherfuckers. So the two of us are just like bitching on text with each other at the thing. And then all of a sudden they were like, season 3. We're not confirming it, but here's a preview for when it gets confirmed. It's going to be the Vampire Lestat, and here's a list of the artists that we have in mind when we're creating the Vampire Lestat's rock star image. And they just started listing like T-Rex, fucking David Bowie, fucking da-da-da-da. And I was like, quoi? And then they showed the preview, and I was like, I sent it to my sister. I was like, dude, we need to talk. Oh, sorry. I opened my phone and I just saw the weirdest of posts from someone, but it's not a thing. Where is it? Dun, dun, dun. Come on. Jesus, how many people did I fucking text over the weekend? There we go. I'm literally all. They keep talking about Anne Rice like they're following the books, and they're not. I'm like, I hate these fucking showrunners. That's Mayfair Wishes, by the way. Dude, if you think they fucked up Interview with the Vampire, they just threw Mayfair Wishes into a goddamn blender. So terrible. And they had so much opportunity to do something so much better. Okay, here it is.
Look at him. Okay, let's go. So Court. Hi, Mark Johnson, the executive producer. We've been talking on the phone a couple of times. Really excited. Man, thanks for the tickets last night. Great show. Hair and makeup now. Do I look like I need you?
And that's right out of the book, by the way. He says that in the book. I was like, okay, all right. Maybe, just maybe. T-Rex is fuck, right? Hella T-Rexy sounding. Very like Axl Rose, David Bowie acting. And I'm just like, okay. I will give you guys one more fucking season to not fuck this up. Hey, Matt. How's it going? Since making friends seems organic, what makes more of a connection with someone who is not as understanding of his or her social cues? Uh, but that's the thing, right? You don't make more of a connection. You can't, if it's happening organically, you can't make more of a connection any more than you can make an initial connection. You just have to be who you are, and you either connect with people or you don't. That's why people talk about finding their tribe. You got to find the people that are into the same things you are. You got to find the people that understand how you act. Do you think that I'm friends with people who get offended when you say cunt? Those people exist. They're not my friends. They can't handle me. I mean, I'm not easy to be friends with, right? But the friends that I've had forever because we've bonded over years of shared experience. So you want to find somebody who likes what you like and does what you do and accepts you for who you think you are. Even if you lack an understanding of social cues. I don't think social cues are what's important when you're talking about friendship. That's the whole point of friendship, is to get past social cues and into what matters. Social cues are for making acquaintances, not for making friends. I mean, Comic-Con is the perfect example, right? Like, there's no one at Comic-Con that's not on the spectrum, right? Like, it's just a very comics are a more accepting culture. There there's things that where people expect you to avoid social cues, right? I mean, what's your thing? Go to a place where people are super into your same thing, and then nobody gives a shit about the social cues because they're there to talk about that thing. You know, if you're at a sports bar where they do like a fantasy sports league, people want to talk about the fantasy sports league and they want to talk about that fucking sport, and they don't give a shit about your social cues if you know your shit about that fucking sport. Everything's easier said than done. That's just a fact of life. If you were stuck on an island, the toughest question for what? If you were stuck on an island, is the toughest question for you to answer? If you're stranded, you're stranded. Who wouldn't be vain? I don't know what that means, Jacob. But yeah, Dan, everything's easier said than done. You just keep doing it. And the more you do it, the more you practice it, the better you get at it. Practice makes perfect with every single thing in life. Mm. Hmm. Sorry, I got to make some time adjustments. That's why I'm not staring at you right now. Actually, I could leave that there. Move that up. There you go. All right. It's getting dark in here. Oh, I totally forgot I was doing this thing over here and I never finished it. I mean, I did the important part. But I forgot to do this part. I forgot to print. Okay. It's easier to sound like I know what I'm talking about as opposed to just sounding like I'm the fool of the bunch. That sounds more like a confidence issue, brother. If you sound like you know what you're talking about, then you know what you're talking about. On stage, what's up? You're not bothering me. Oh, well, maybe you are bothering me. You want to offer promotion of my channel, viewers, followers, chats, bots, blah. The price is lower than any competitor. Boom, boom, boom. Who could say no to that? Me. No thanks. I'm poor and cheap. Appreciate you dropping by, though. Is this the most philosophical you've ever been ever? The room is fine. Actually, what was it, like 18 months? I was in here freezing my fucking ass off, right? Just all bundled up and freezing. Like 2-3 weeks ago, IT comes through and I see him messing with the thermostat. And I was like, oh dear God, what are you doing to it now? And he's like, well, we found that there were some people making adjustments elsewhere in the building that may or may not have been affecting other studios and things. So what we're doing is we're setting all of the thermostats to the same temperature, and then we're locking them so that nobody can change it. And all of a sudden, it's fucking fine in here now. So what I think was happening is I think somebody was adjusting their personal studio to fit their personal tastes, but it was throwing off the whole rest of the fucking floor. And now it's fine. I haven't even, my hoodie has been in my locker the whole time. Oh yeah, when Motley Crue opened for Aerosmith, that was Bone Bash 2012, I think. You miss hoodie Nikki Blakk? Yeah, but I'm not cold anymore, so I don't miss it because it was very uncomfortable. Okay, I have to do that in a minute. I have to do a thing now, though. What is the thing that we're doing right now? Okay. Nah, none of that. Oh my God, dude. I accidentally had like a couple of different segments of music leak into the last live stream. And they're just freaking out. You had 2 whole minutes of a song, you crazy bitch. How dare you try to monetize? And I'm like, but I'm not monetized. So fuck you. Mm-hmm. "1077 The Bone" and Derek and the Dominoes with Layla. I'm Nikki Blakk, and Eric Clapton is going to be a part of the tribute concert to Robbie Robertson, the former Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer who passed away. And they're going to be doing a celebratory concert of his life and music at the Kia Forum in Los Angeles on October 17th. That's going to include Martin Scorsese, along with, Eric Clapton, Elvis Costello, Van Morrison, and more. Oh my God, this bitch. Now I'm just being shitty. All right. Oh wait, are you thinking of no, I was thinking you're right. 2012 it was Motley Crue and Kiss. Aerosmith and Motley Crue was earlier aughts, and I remember that tour because I remember everybody being shocked at how terrible Motley Crue was when they opened for Aerosmith. And I remember looking around going, Motley Crue's always been terrible. You didn't know that? Have you just never seen them live? But people hadn't seen them live for a long time. And when they had seen them live before that, they were all backtracked with the Nasty Habits, Oh, hey, PJ. Welcome back. You missed caller 9 for the Megadeth tickets. Thomas the Tank Engine introduced you to the Beatles because of Ringo Starr's involvement? Well, however you got there, man, it's a good thing that you did. All right, I got to go to the printer and get some more water because if I do have COVID, I need to stay hydrated. But I also have to avoid people. Hopefully nobody's in the break room. Actually, you know what? I am also going to... How much time do I have? I'm going to record this break and then go also nuke some food. I'm hungry. Interesting. Okay, so 2, 1, 11. Okay. "1077 The Bone" and Van Halen with "Dreams." I'm Nikki Blakk, and Sammy Hagar is bringing the Best of All Worlds tour to the Toyota Pavilion in Concord the day after the Lamont and Snelling Ball. He's going to be there on Saturday, August 17th, and tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. But today is the last day at livenation.com that you can get that summer sale that they're having, where you get 4 tickets for $80 with all-in pricing. So just FYI, don't say I didn't warn you. This is your last chance to get those tickets on sale. And in just about 11 minutes, you're going to have a chance to win. Oh, no, you're not. Hold on. I'm giving the keyword. That's not, I'm not giving away tickets. I'm giving away a keyword. That's this. Yeah, I'm not going to mention that. That's too much in one break. Too much talking. Nobody likes that much talking all at one time. You know what I mean? 1077 The Bone and Van Halen with "Dreams." I'm Nikki Blakk, and Van Halen's Sammy Hagar's Van Halen Best of All Worlds tour is coming to the Toyota Pavilion in Concord on Saturday, August 17th. And it's the day after the Lamont and Snelling Ball with Stone Temple Pilots live and Our Lady Peace. And all those tickets are on sale now at livenation.com, but they're actually on sale. You can get 4 tickets for $80 with all-in pricing right now, but only until the end of today. That sale's been going on for a couple of weeks now, and it ends tonight. So if you were holding out on buying those tickets, you might want to hop over and do that ASAP. All right. Water, oatmeal, BRB. All right. What'd I miss? Anything? Okay. So this person who's texting and still bitching about the songs. Yeah, still. She's like, yeah, I actually do hear Photograph, Dirty Laundry, Never Neverland, Lights every day or two. And I was like, oh, so not every day, but every 2 days you hear a variety of artists and songs. That's perfect. And she's all, it's the same 3 songs from various bands. Meh, meh, I want more variety on my free radio. What did I miss? Oh, I missed nothing. Hi. You liked him more than George Carlin, R.I.P. Oops, is this right? Yeah, this is right. I always get mad when I like stapled it the wrong way. Don't ask me why, I just do. All right, how much time do I have? Not that much. Whew, maybe I do have the vid. This headache is nasty. She just turned off Summer of '69 because she hears it so incessantly. Well, I don't know how to make you happy. We play a variety of artists and a variety of songs from those artists, and we provide a free community service. Maybe you can buy some records. No. All right, let me make this less cunty. We play a variety of artists and a variety of songs from those artists, and we provide a free community service. I'm not sure what more I can do for you without charging. Like, come on. Fuck off. You missed out on seeing the Stones? Oh my God, dude. They're so old. They're not going to come around much more. This was like, yeah, I know, right? Meh. Oh, dude, I don't know. I mean, I hope the Stones come around again too, and if they do, I will make the effort to see them because they are a great band, but I do not have high hopes. You know, put her on a blacklist, tell her to listen to the whole station, not just my show. I don't know what she's listening to, you know? I mean, she's probably listening a lot. She's probably one of those people that has like a driver job or has no job or has a job that makes her sit in one place for way too long. You know, whatever it is, it's like, come on. What the fuck do you want me to do for you? You know, like I said, I'm not your fucking jukebox. We go to a lot of trouble to curate a lot of music, you know, and it goes through several different people, you know, like Baby Huey starts out with the music selection and then Chasta finishes it. And then I go into my shift and I move things around to make sure that what I'm playing is the best mix I could possibly play to make the most amount of people happy. So if this bitch is unhappy, she's not the most amount of people. She's like the squeaky wheel. And in this case, she's not getting grease. I mean, could you imagine? Like, what if I just suddenly busted out Green Grass and High Tides right now? Right? That would be like 9 minutes of the fucking Outlaws. They're probably like, I don't know, 20% of the audience would even know what it is. Generously, 25% of the audience would be like, this is a good song. 75% of the audience would be like, what the fuck is this? Where's my fucking AC/DC? Where's my goddamn fucking Guns N' Roses? You know, where's my fucking hits that I love that I tune in to hear from you? You know, so people just need to prove that they're special somehow, and this is her special. She says, yes, I do know. I feel like you're not understanding me. Oh, I understand you. I just don't fucking care, because we go to a lot of trouble to make this work for a lot of people. And if it doesn't work for you, despite the fact that you already have said that we play a variety of artists, you already said that you're hearing the same songs every couple of days. Like, what the fuck, lady? No requests, PJ. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, back to the Stones. You fuck this bitch. When it comes to the Stones, dude, you just never know, right? Because they can do whatever they want. Period. And that means that they may or may not come back around. So far, they really seem to enjoy playing, but also I think it was tough with no Charlie Watts, right? Hi, it's Simone.
Hey, we're done. Did you already give away today's Megadeth ticket?
Yes, I did.
All right. And was that what you were talking about right now? I just turned on the radio, the $80 pack.
Oh, well, that's a sale that Live Nation is having. They've been having it for a couple weeks now. Live Nation has a bunch of shows that are eligible for this summer sale that they're doing, where you can buy a 4-pack of tickets for $80. I believe the Megadeth show is included in that deal. There's a lot of shows. If you go to my Facebook page, I posted a link to it. Or you can go to livenation.com or Google like Live Nation Summer Pack, I think is what it's called. There's like a code you have to put in.
I just don't. Usually I'm good at winning tickets, but I don't want to take the chance. I'd rather go and buy the ticket.
Well, yeah, don't take a chance when the tickets are only $20 each if you got 3 friends.
No, right? It's even better. So.
Yeah. So you got to go to.
Maybe I'll see you there. Last show I was at with you was Winger.
What?
Yeah, I got your original guitar pick still. I was at Winger, had a motocross race the next day. It was that Winger show, like, what, 10 years ago, 8 years ago?
If it was a Winger show, it was a lot more than 8 years ago.
I'm 32. I don't remember. It was a while back, but good show.
Yeah, you must have been like 18.
I was.
Yeah, 12 years ago sounds about right. Was that Winger in like a small club in San Jose? A club that was like a Mexican restaurant or something?
Yeah, and you were on stage throwing guitar picks out, and I got like 3 of your different guitar picks now. I lost the first one, but then I found it again. So.
Oh, cool! I do a different one every year.
I know I gotta get caught up. So maybe I'll see you at Megadeth.
I'll be at Megadeth, man. Just holler at me.
All right, Nikki.
All right.
Have a great afternoon, all right?
Thanks. You too, man. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Mm-hmm. Hey, Sherry. I know, right? We did used to play Green Grass and High Tides every once in a while. Back in the way back. But it's just not going to work. Not today, man. Not with people's attention spans. Not with like the recognition factor being almost nothing, you know? I mean, the bottom line is that our target demo is people 25 to 54. And most people who are into the Outlaws are past that. And that means that as far as ratings go, they don't exist. Fuck off into the forever. That's funny, Justine. The one time you heard pigs on the bone, you thought it was a departure, and it was 2002. I'm pretty sure we've played it since then, but maybe, maybe not. I mean, why would we? You know? It's like going to a dance club and having them play a song that doesn't make sense for dancing. Yeah. This is the problem, right? People just want everything for free. So that's why they're spending $20 a month on Spotify instead of buying records. PJ. He could have 3 friends. He does motocross. Yeah. I'm usually pretty lucky for winning stuff. Fuck you. He came back around though, and he was like, I'll probably buy him instead. Oh shit, hold on. Ooh. "1077 The Bone" with Manfred Mann's Earth Band and Blinded by the Light. I'm Nikki Blakk, and I've got your chance to go see Slash's Serpent Fest in Nashville with airfare, hotel, premium tickets to the Serpent Fest, and access to the Slash Soundcheck experience, which includes an autographed vinyl and a Gibson guitar autographed by Slash. All you have to do to enter is text the keyword LOUD to 95819. Your keyword is LOUD, LOUD, and you are texting that keyword to the phone number 95819. You'd be amazed at how many people can't fucking figure out how to text that goddamn thing. Okay. Inevitably, someone always texts the keyword to the number here. And then usually I try to be cool because if you text the keyword here, you're not getting entered. So I'm like, hey, you need to text this to 95819. And then of the handful of people that text the keyword here, 1, maybe 2 of them will then text me back with the keyword and 95819. And I'm just like, dude, pay attention. Club Rodeo. Is that what it was called? I only went that one time. I don't think they ever came back. I think it I think it was short-lived. Greengrass and High Tides was on Breaking Bad? I don't remember that, but I don't doubt it. You know what, Dan? You probably heard one of those three-peat weekends or some shit. And I don't think it was The Bone. I think it was probably 98.5 K-Fox. They used to do that three-peat weekend every fucking weekend over and over. Which is great if you love Santana. But if you don't love Santana and you play 3 fucking Santana songs in a row, it's like a half hour of Santana. That's ratings death. Because for the 10% of people that are going, oh wow, another Santana song, woohoo! 90% of people are like, fuck, another fucking Santana song, dude. Don't get me wrong, I love Santana, but if I wanted to hear an album, I'd buy one. Oh, I believe you. Dan, I believe you. I just don't remember it. Dan, you and Jacob should be friends. You're basically the same person. You guys have so much in common. Have you guys thought about hanging out? Of course I think so. I wouldn't say it if I didn't think so. Yeah, the Mexican restaurant. That's the one I'm talking about. I remember because don't forget Aaron. Which one's Aaron? I just remember because I got stuck hanging out in the kitchen with Winger, waiting to introduce them. So I was hanging out with Kip Winger for like a half an hour in a kitchen. It was weird. I didn't know him then. We hadn't done the Monsters Rock cruise together yet. Yeah, basically every week there would be a new song on Breaking Bad that would like hit the charts or suddenly become popular because people were obsessed with the show and then bought the music from the show. Damn, Jacob, why you being fucking aggro about that shit? The both of you have been here all day asking me how to make friends, how to navigate without social cues, how to this, that, and the other thing. Like the two of you are basically asking me the same questions, looking to connect with people, connect with each other. What the fuck? Don't get offended that I fucking suggested it. Go fuck yourself. Jesus. I'm not asking for either of you to boost a young man's self-esteem. I'm just suggesting that the two of you have a lot in common, and you've both expressed an interest in making new friends. Ergo, perhaps you could make new friends with each other, since you happen to have this interest in common on my live stream. Just saying. You both also seem to have a penchant for sharing information with me that I didn't ask for. And I'm pretty sure you could share that information with each other as well. Hey, Justine. It's really good. It's like, it's steel cut oats because they're the healthy ones. Fuck off, PJ. Here's my fucking steel cut oats recipe. I use I do 4 cups of liquid. Half of it is a milk or a milk substitute or both. The other half is water. I set that on to get to like a pre-boil. At the same time, I toast the steel cut oats. I do a cup of steel cut oats with like a tablespoon of olive oil, butter if I got the butter handy. And then I toast those up pretty good in a big fry pan. And then just as the water starts to reach the boiling point where it's about to boil, I put the steel cut oats into the water. And then I turn the heat down and I let it simmer at I let it simmer for like 20 minutes. And then I throw in a pinch of salt. And then I let it simmer for another 5 minutes. Then I turn the heat off. And then I add whatever fruit I'm going to add. Sometimes it's bananas. Lately, it's been pureed apples. And then a bit of maple syrup and cinnamon. Then I put more cinnamon on top. And then I put some walnuts on top. And then I heat it up in the microwave at work. Comes out fucking delightful. It's actually really good. I never thought I would like it, because I used to think I only liked like Quaker instant because it's so sugary and it's like, it's not the right oats, It's those flat oats that are less nutritious. These are the steel cut oats that are like more nutritious. But I dig it. Hey, Tom, what's up? Yeah, it's definitely one of those foods that like needs to be done right or it's not going to be good. Then it's like punishment eating, right? If you just eat something because it's healthy, why are you punishing yourself? Everything that's healthy can be made to taste good. Look, never mind, Jacob and Dan. If you guys don't fucking want to be friends, don't fucking be friends. I don't care. I don't want to hear a bunch of fucking shit out of you about why not. I just made a suggestion. Calm your tits. Hey, Tom, did I say hi already? I think I did. PJ. I don't do breakfast burritos, Hobbs. You know that. You know what's really good, though? Crepes. Breakfast crepes. Mmm. Well, I don't know how the flat Quaker oats will respond to toasting. You might run into some trouble there, But those oats are good for oatmeal cookies. So you could always use those up on cookies and then get the steel cut oats. Amy, what's up? Aw, thanks, Brian. I'm glad you like the Anthony Bourdain story. See, PJ's right. I don't like breakfast burritos. Beef stroganoff. Nice. It's one of my favorite meals. I used to do that when I was during the pandemic, when I was eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner at home all the time. I would buy like a tri-tip And then I would grill the tri-tip. And then one night I would have grilled tri-tip. And then the next night I would have like tri-tip fajitas. And then one night I would make stroganoff, tri-tip stroganoff. It's a lot harder to eat a whole tri-tip when you're one person than it sounds. Right? Shit is good. But I can't do that now because I'm not always at home breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It takes too much pre-planning. And if I have it for too long and it goes bad, I get really mad because that shit is expensive. Meal prep is tough because like shit comes up and you can't do anything. Have a good one, Tom. Thanks for dropping by, man. Grilled cinnamon pineapple Brazilian style. Fuck yeah, Amy. That sounds bomb, dude. Oh, nose is running. COVID. Yeah, let me know how that turns out. I'm interested. Grilled cinnamon pineapple. I'm not supposed to have pineapple. It's not on my diet. But, you know, that's what apple days are for. Yeah, I got to be resourceful with my leftovers because, like I said, I'm one person. So I always have leftovers. Oh, here they come. People texting the fucking keyword. Dude texted the keyword twice to the wrong number. I'm just going to tell that bitch, I don't understand why you're complaining. Because she feels like I don't understand her. And I'm like, why should I understand you? That's not my job. My job is to play music and be entertaining. It's not to fucking understand you and your fucking crybaby ass complaints about fucking not playing the songs you want to hear. Not enough variety in my free radio service. Fucking people. Yeah, that bitch is still texting. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I can cheat on the diet a little bit, but they are paying me to do commercials for their diet. So I do need to kind of respect that. But also I need to provide a valid experience for the diet. So it's a little of both, right? Want to make sure I don't have oatmeal in my face. You know what's weird? I didn't drink my coffee today. Maybe I don't have COVID because I didn't get tired enough to drink the coffee. Yeah, right, Amy? You hear me on this one. I mean, I don't know who's buying food and then just throwing that shit away. Throwing food away makes me crazy. Like my lemon tree right now is dropping lemons like crazy. And there's more lemons than I can make anything with. And this weekend I'm going to make limoncello and I'm going to have to like juice a shit ton of lemons, but I still have already like chucked a bunch of lemons and it's killing me to chuck all these lemons because I know that they're all going to be like $2 each in, you know, in 6 months or 3 months. Who's getting a knuckle sandwich? What? Oh, Hobson. Yeah, he doesn't usually come back after the nap. I'm surprised to see him back. What's my goal with the diet? You know, I picked a random number. Oh, hold on. I picked a random number and then I dropped like 24 pounds and I was like, I feel good. I don't need to lose more weight. And then they were like, no, we want you to get to your goal. We think you should get back on the diet and lose more weight. And I'm like, but I want to eat more food. I don't know if I care enough to lose more weight. So that's where we're at right now. I will probably pick up the diet again and lose a few more pounds. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Hang on a second. See, like, here's a story about Billy Joe holding up a Trump mask, and I definitely want to do a break about it, but I'm not gonna because it is not worth the fucking hassle. Okay, Green Day. Oracle Park. Uh-oh. Hopefully that didn't bleed onto the live stream. 1077 The Bone and Quiet Riot with Come On Feel the Noise. I'm Nikki Blakk, and we're going to be feeling that noise in San Francisco on September 20th when Green Day hits Oracle Park in a big way. They're going to be having a huge sold-out hometown show. They've kicked off the Saviors Tour already. They've got 2 great shows under their belt. By the time they get here, they're going to be perfect. Because what I want to say is Billy Joe held up a Trump mask for American Idiot and made a comment. Let's see, holds up Green Day's Billy Joe Armstrong holds up idiot Trump mask. Irks MAGA supporters, right? And I'm like, I'm sorry, aren't they the fuck your feelings crowd? Like, why do they suddenly have feelings that a fucking Bay Area punk rocker has a Trump mask that says idiot on it? They think his actions were insensitive in light of the recent assassination attempt. But also, don't they also think fuck your feelings? Isn't that them? Isn't that the right wing? The fuck your feelings group? Aren't they like, no, gun violence is just a part of everyday life group? Aren't they the we're going to have to just get past it group? I mean, isn't Trump's ear fully healed at this point? We could talk shit. Sorry. Oh, thanks, Sherry. Appreciate it. You know, my personal goals are to be healthy. That's that. It's more important to me to eat organic, locally produced food than it is for me to lose weight. But if I can do both, then why not, right? It's win-win. So what I did was I switched from the meat-heavy version of the diet to the vegetarian version of the diet, where you do actually lose weight slower, but you do still lose weight. And it's not that I'm vegetarian. I'm not. I just was unhappy with the amount of meat protein I was having to eat on the diet. So I kind of went mostly vegetarian. So I do vegetarian breakfast, lunch, because I already did the first 2 months of the diet, right? The first 2 months of the diet, has an intermittent fasting element to it. So you only have lunch and dinner and snacks. So I've already gone past that. And now I'm in the 3 meals a day phase. And so what I do is I have a vegetarian breakfast and lunch on the diet. And then I do like a meat dinner, but I try to keep it chill. So it's like I'll have like half a chicken breast on a salad, but I'll make a bomb ass salad. Cause if you see me eat the salads in here, you know I make bomb ass salads. So yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow though, because I'm all out of steel cut oats and I don't have time to make any. So, and I'm all out of fruit and yogurt. Well, I'm not out of yogurt, but I'm running out of fruit. Oh, I know what I'll do. I got a couple of apples, so I'll do apples and salad, and then I'll figure something out when I get home that's different. But it's just, you got to be really aware of what you're eating, and it helps if you meal plan and try to stick with the meal plan. I instinctively rebel against a meal plan. So what I like to do is I meal plan a lot of things, and that way I can go home and open the fridge and look and then take the thing that appeals to me at that time. That way I don't feel like I'm restricting myself, but I am still sticking to the diet because I have made delicious things that are right there in front of me. Yeah, PJ, would you have a talk with her? Maybe you can provide something she needs that'll make her less complaintive. Thanks, Amy. It was actually 24 pounds. Ooh, but I put that 4 back on, so fuck it. But I am still, last notch on the belt. Last notch. At any rate, I'm not mad. Jacob, you want a knuckle sandwich in the arm, not the face? Well, you don't eat a sandwich in your fucking arm, do you? Knuckle sandwiches are for the face. That's the point of a knuckle sandwich. You eat it. You let a girl punch you in the face to be the tough guy. You didn't fall down, but she rocked you. You still have a click on your jaw. Well, I hope you've learned that lesson. Intern Karen. Oh, PJ. Yeah, right. I mean, you thought I said Billy Joel? Oh, Billy Joe. I don't know if Billy Joel leans right or left. I got a feeling he just leans. I don't know. I think he's only been sober long enough to not know which way he leans, but he is pretty fucking rich. So rich people tend to lean a little bit no taxi. We'll see. Oh, hey, it's after 6, you guys. I just realized I have to pee. TMI, I know, sorry. But I also have to wrap this shit up so I can get some stuff done here because I have tomorrow to work on and stuff. So, last chance for questions. No more stories. Oh, there is a French onion soup story. If anybody wants to hear it, remind me tomorrow. Yeah, let's everybody hit the gym. Thanks, Sherry. You guys all have a good night. I don't know what GAOR means. Dan, what does that mean? Good night, PJ. Drive safe. I don't know, man. Depends on whether or not I got COVID. Yeah, we'll find out. I'll test again tomorrow morning and see what pops, if anything. But every time I have been sick or felt under the weather or was like, oh, is this COVID? It's not been COVID. So Guardian Angel of Rock, of course. Of course. Oh my God, dude, I'm telling you, you and Jacob should like meet up and train together or do something fun together. Cause like you guys are the same person. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying I genuinely think you guys would be friends. I could be wrong. Whatever. It's cool. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.